In a small, dusty town named Marikina, there lived a young man named Luentian, who, despite growing up in extreme poverty, carried a spark of hope in his heart that nothing could extinguish. Every day, he walked barefoot to the market with a small basket of vegetables and fruits, hoping to sell enough to feed his younger siblings and his ailing mother, yet the world seemed indifferent to his struggles. The scorching sun and the ridicule of wealthier passers-by often weighed on him like invisible chains, and yet, Luentian refused to surrender to despair, because deep down he believed that life could be better if he simply chose to see it differently. While most of his neighbors complained constantly about the injustices they faced and blamed circumstances for their hardships, Luentian started every morning with a smile, talking to his small cow, Bituin, which he had inherited from his late father, treating her not just as an animal but as a friend and a companion, sharing with her his dreams of building a better life for his family. His routine seemed absurd to others. He would talk to Bituin about his ambitions, about how someday he would no longer struggle for a few coins in the sun, and instead, he would have a shop of his own, and a home filled with laughter and warmth. Neighbors laughed, mocking him for dreaming so big when he barely had enough to survive the day, yet Luentian's heart remained steadfast. One day, as he sold his fruits near the busy town square, a wealthy businessman named Don Emilio noticed the young man's infectious positivity and the extraordinary bond he had with his humble cow, and something in him was stirred. He had seen many desperate faces and discouraged souls, but never one that radiated hope so purely, nor a man who treated even a mere cow with the dignity of a friend. It reminded him of his own lost dreams and the joy he once had before wealth and cynicism hardened his heart. Don Emilio decided to test the boy's character, offering to buy all his vegetables at triple the price, but with a peculiar condition: Luentian must promise to never complain about any hardship again, no matter how small, and to always find a lesson in every misfortune. The young man, without hesitation, agreed, smiling brightly as though the offer had been meant for him all along, not because of the money but because it reinforced his belief that positivity and gratitude could transform reality. From that day, word of Luentian's unwavering optimism spread throughout Marikina, inspiring children to dream bigger, adults to embrace hope despite poverty, and even the hardened merchants in the marketplace to treat their own lives and customers with newfound patience and empathy. Over time, Luentian saved enough to open a small store, but he never forgot Bituin, who remained by his side, now pampered yet still humble, a symbol of his journey from hardship to hope. And in his store, he would tell customers stories of resilience, of choosing to see opportunity rather than suffering, and of how the simple act of nurturing positivity could ripple through the lives of many, transforming despair into action, and fear into courage. Years later, when Luentian's mother passed away peacefully, surrounded by children who were now grown with hope in their own hearts, Luentian realized the deepest truth of his life, that true wealth was not measured in coins or property, but in the unwavering belief that every challenge held a lesson, every setback a hidden path, and every soul, no matter how downtrodden, could rise above circumstances if only it embraced optimism as a guiding light. He understood that positive thinking was not mere wishful thinking, but a conscious choice, a practice of resilience, a way of interpreting the world that could unlock doors where others only saw walls. And so, Luentian spent his life spreading this message, helping countless others, and proving beyond doubt that even in the harshest conditions, the power of a hopeful mind and a kind heart could not only change one life but could ignite a movement of inspiration, reminding everyone that the human spirit, when fueled by positivity, has the extraordinary ability to turn suffering into strength, adversity into opportunity, and ordinary days into extraordinary stories of triumph that echo far beyond the humble boundaries of any small town, leaving behind a legacy not of wealth, but of hope, courage, and the eternal proof that the way we think can indeed change the world.